Hi folks, thanks for clicking on my video today. Today I want to talk to you about a product that I've really learned to love called Yorkshire Grit. Now, to give you full disclosure, Jeff Hornung, who is also the walnutlog.com, is the exclusive importer of this product for the United States. And he gets this from Glenn Sr. in the UK. Now, last fall, I believe it was last October, Jeff came down here to my studio and we shot a video that he has on his website. I'll give you a link below. And the project is called the Morocco Blue Bowl. Some of you may have already seen it. Some of you may have not. Jeff did a great job of teaching in that video. And of course, I was a fan of the videography. What can I say? No, it is a good video. But I wanted to give you that disclaimer because Jeff and I do have a working relationship. But beyond that, I have to tell you that this product has really impressed me. Glenn has got, the label says, a hand-blended mix of mineral oil, lemon oil, beeswax, rotten stone, and pumice designed to give your wood turning the perfect foundation for finishing. And I gotta say, I really like this stuff. So I'm gonna show you real quickly how I apply it and how I use it. Now, I've seen people on Facebook asking questions about the price of this product. And I've probably done a dozen pieces with this so far, and I've not even hardly scratched the surface of the amount of product in this tin, or plastic, I guess it is. But I think it's well worth the money. Somewhere around $25. Again, I'll have a description or a link to that description on Jeff's website below. Now, how I use this is how Glenn Sr., or Senior Glenn, or Glenn Sr., however, sorry Glenn, I'll call him Senior Glenn. But I have already sanded this up to 220 grit with my sanding discs like this, okay? And after I got to 220, I applied Mylan's sanding sealer. Now, I don't have it sitting around close, but I'll show a screenshot of it here as I'm talking to you. But after I've applied that sanding sealer, then it's time to apply the Yorkshire Grit. Now you can see it doesn't take a lot to apply. And what you want to do is, with the lathe off, you want to spread that on. Now Glenn may get on to me, or Jeff may get on to me. I may put, I don't think I'm going to need it. I was going to say I might put just a little bit more on there. But that's pretty much going to cover. Now, what you want to do with this product, once you've got it kind of laid on there, almost like turtle wax on your 1969 Chevelle sitting in the front yard. Put the cap back on it so I don't drop it. Or if I drop it, I don't drop it in the chips and get it dirty. What you want to do at this point is turn the lathe on with the same piece of paper towel at about 500. Now we're going to do two different speeds. The first is going to do the initial sanding, and then once I get that done, we're going to speed it up and remove any excess product. Okay? So now I've remounted this bowl, so if you see any run out, sorry about that, I just put it back on. I'm running at 466. Good enough for me, okay? So now I'm going to stand a little bit to the side so I can see what I'm doing here. And I'm just going to run my paper towel back and forth. And I think the microphone will pick this up. You can hear kind of the hiss of the abrasive powders in this sanding wax. And again, this is a sanding wax. It's not a final finish. You can apply basically any finish that's going to dry for you. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over. Any finish that's going to dry, like Poly or a Lacquer or Hampshire Sheen, which is a great compatible product for Yorkshire Grit. And I'll probably have another video where I show you how I apply that. I'm actually not going to apply the final finish on this piece yet because I'm not done with it. Haven't decided whether I'm going to burn the edge here, burn the edge, or whether I'm going to color it, or I'm going to carve it, or I'm going to do any combination of the two. Okay, now I'm starting to feel the resistance of that product working in, and I'm also hearing less of a hiss. When I first started out, if you couldn't hear it, it was kind of a, well, that's my best impression. And as it breaks down, you hear less and less of that. That lets you know that you're getting close to done. And, you know, I'm one of those guys that if one nail's good, two's better. And I'm probably spending more time on this than I really need to. But let me show you what it looks like at this point. That really deepens the luster. This is cherry. That really deepens the luster. Jeff has said that he thinks that it's an equivalent to, now I am going to change to a clean piece of paper. Probably don't need to, but I'm going to choose to. And I'm going to speed it up. Now again, what I started to say is Jeff Hornung and I discussed it when he was here and we were shooting his video. Now I'm going to go up to about, that's 950. And all I'm really trying to do now, I'm going to get back to what Jeff said, I promise. What I'm really trying to do here is just do a final buff. And since there's beeswax in this product, I want to try to pick up the excess or work it into the wood. So then when I go with my final finish, and on this it probably will be Yorkshire Grit, but I could do, like I said, like a Minwax wipe on poly, a spray on poly, a lacquer of any kind, anything that you can think of. Probably not an oil. An oil might be good to buff with, but it probably, after this product, it probably wouldn't dry well. So it might make it pretty, but it probably wouldn't dry well. Now, back to what Jeff said, is that leaves, and it looks like it on this, that leaves an equivalent of at least a 600 grit, or maybe even higher, maybe an 800 grit finish on this piece of wood. You can really start to see the chatoyance or the refraction of light from a buildup. You get a little bit of that from the cellulose sanding sealer where it starts to fill the pores. And if I go ahead and I put Hampshire Sheen on this, it's going to really make it pop. If I put lacquer or poly on it, it's going to make it pop. So that's how I apply Yorkshire Grit. I think it's a great product. It also, you know, I'm always wearing my mask. I don't have it here right now. I think I've got it over on the workbench. But I really like the RZ masks. I picked one up back before first of the year and I've used it a lot. It allows me, after sanding to 220, it allows me to take that mask off and not have to worry about sanding dust. It's all gone. So anyway, watch closely for another video. I hope you'll subscribe. Click on that little icon with the bell. That'll tell you, that'll send you a reminder anytime I upload a new video. And thank you very much for watching. Look for the links below for this product. I highly recommend it. Good stuff.